Happy International Zine Month! Today is day 12 and the prompt for today is pattern. For me that meant putting my tutorial hat on and creating a how to draw patterns guide. I'm excited to start creating more tutorial style videos on my YouTube channel. This little zine was my first taster of the kind of how to guides that I will be creating, and I really enjoyed this experiment. I can't wait to share my art making skills with you. Stay tuned for more and make sure to hit that subscribe button. To create this zine I drew a lot of boxes. I measured them out to fit the zine and then free-handed inking in the lines. It ended up looking a little like comic panels, which I think works for the easy to read learning. I also think it is important for me to show the hand-drawn nature of my work when creating tutorials, because it adds an element of imperfection, and to me I find the imperfections perfect. I like that handmade quality, and I want to remind you that not all drawings are technically perfect, but that doesn't make them any less wonderful. But that's just my opinion. On my front page I filled in the boxes with the illustrations that you'll be learning inside this zine. The front page serves as a guide to what is inside the pages and gives the learner a taste of the kind of patterns within. First up we have my little Whirlpools. This pattern is a variation on my classic bubbles and uses a repeated circle design to create the inner waves. This one is great for water textures, as well as being an echo of tree bark. This second pattern is one of my favourites and I use it a lot in my work. It was originally inspired by tree bark, so it carries the name of bark hatches. It also works fantastically for a feather pattern effect when the diagonal lines are drawn as two individuals within feather-shaped outlines. This third pattern is a variation on a classic scale pattern. It uses a block centre colour to add more detail to the basic scale, as well as darkening the scale slightly. I also think it adds a bit of a 20s Art Deco vibe, which is why I've nicknamed it the Gatsby scale. It is a perfect pattern for any fabulous dragons or mermaids you may happen to be drawing. This fourth pattern is another variation on my classic bubble design, this time with encased hatchings that evoke more of a microscopic feel. I think it looks like little blood cells that have got their stripe on. For this reason I've named this pattern Zebra Cells. This fifth pattern was originally drawn to create a tartan for a kilt I was drawing. I need to get my Scottishness into my drawing somewhere. In black and white this pattern is a twist on cross hatching, but if you draw the lines in a variety of colours the tartan patterns start to emerge. You can have a lot of fun with this one, and when you add colours there's a lot of experimentation to be had here. This pattern is simply called tartan. Last but not least, my sixth pattern is the most complex in this series. My striped roses are beautiful all by themselves and work well as a full pattern when layered next to each other. I love using this pattern to create floral clothing. Throughout all of these patterns, I've used the blue lines as a notifier of the next step to take in the drawing. From left to right, the images are a step-by-step guide with the last panel showing the completed pattern. I hope this reads well. Let me know what you think of the style in the comments below. As I embark on my journey of creating tutorial videos, I aim to make each of these patterns into a video of their own, as well as loads more of my pattern designs. I will also be sharing various tips and tricks from my art making practice and teaching you the ways I make my art. I'm really excited to start making how-to videos, and I hope you'll stick around to enjoy this process with me too. Please hit that subscribe button to make sure you never miss an update. And if you want early access and behind the scenes perks as well as some awesome art rewards, please check out my Patreon. The link is in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed these 6 different step-by-step guides for drawing unique patterns. These guides are great for adding detailed elements to your drawings as well as practicing your line skills and giving you inspiration for sketchbook drawings. This is issue 1 in this series, with many more tutorials coming out for you in the future. Drop me a comment down below with any tutorials that you'd like to see from me, and do hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of these videos in the future. Until then, happy learning and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!